Hey, Danny, I appreciate your time today. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. A long day. I appreciate you sitting down late at night tonight. It means the
Gotcha.
world, man.
Gotcha.
So over the
Anytime.
so over the next 20 minutes or so, I want to make sure that we accomplish everything that you're hoping to get out of the meeting today. Does that sound good?
Yes, sir. Sounds great.
Okay, so I created an agenda, which is how I see our meeting going today. And first, I just want to share that with you. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
So for the first thing I want to ask you, is there anything that you want to make sure that we go over today?
Yeah, I just love to touch on how I can continue to be financially stable as we continue on this journey here, my brother.
Definitely. We'll go over that as we go on. So the
Sounds
first thing we're
good.
going to do is go over your personal goals and objectives. Following
Okay.
that, we'll have a needs assessment. And then we're going to have what I like to call the financial house, and you'll see why when we get there, which is
hmm
essentially just a roadmap to your financial success, which is your ultimate goal. It's really just a personalized approach. And then after that, we'll go over the next steps and how to proceed from there. Does that sound good?
Yes, sir. Sounds great.
All righty. So the next thing, as I was telling you earlier, that I wanted to get to was what we call the three cornerstones to a good financial plan, which is that roadmap that we were talking about. So,
Right.
so right now, I'm just going to ask you a few simple questions, and you give me a yes or no.
Okay.
Would you say that death is a concern for you right now?
Yeah, definitely.
All righty. I'm just going to put a check mark just so I can keep track for my notes when I go back to analyze.
Okay.
So, Danny, God forbid you became disabled, and I don't necessarily mean paralyzed, but sick for an extended period of time where you're not able to work. Do you have a plan where you can currently still generate income and continue to save? God forbid that happened.
No, I don't.
All righty. I'm just going to check that off as an exposure. And during
Yep.
our needs assessment, honestly, good for you. You actually do have around 7 months of liquid cash in your savings account, which is
Right.
tremendous. So that's actually not an exposure at the moment. Continue to do that. That is definitely good. And then in your assessment, you said that you wanted to be more risky. Is that correct?
Yes.
So you want to be more risky in your investments. I'm going to check that off just so I can go back to it and look at it. So now I just want to talk about the next steps. So it generally takes me about a week to analyze our conversation. And then what I'm going to do is create a unique, personalized approach to meet your goals and objectives that we talked about. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
All righty. So it takes me about a week or so. So does March 1st around the same time work for you?
Yeah, that works really well.
All righty. So I'm going to put that in my calendar and I'll
Yep.
follow up with a Zoom link and you and I can touch base. If you have any questions in the meantime, do not hesitate to reach out to me. You have my cell phone number as well as my email. I'm here for
Mhm.
you.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good, dude. I appreciate that.
All righty, Danny. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time today.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, dude.